Happy Memorial Day, everybody! And as we are 3 weeks away from the King of the Ring event, we make a pit stop in the Frostbank Center in San Antonio, Texas, for one of the biggest Raws of 2024, All-Star Raw! And here tonight marks the return, the in-ring return of the Second City Saint, the self-proclaimed best in the world. CM Punk is back in action as he runs it back with the King of Strong Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. And also tonight in the first round of that prestigious tournament, Dirty Dominik Mysterio of the Judgment Day, originally set to go up against Jey Uso. Jey Uso out of the tournament thanks to the hands of Dirty Dom, but who will step in and compete in the King of the Ring here tonight?
The following contest is a special referee match and is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
Special guest referee match? Well, I didn't hear anything about this. What is going on? Oh, wait just a second.
Please welcome the special referee for this match, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Well, this is how you kick things off here on All-Star Raw. The Heartbreak Kid, the Hall of Famer, Shawn Michaels, walking down the aisle in his hometown of San Antonio, Texas. And as we kick things off in the Frostbank Center, the Intercontinental Championship set to be defended. And the man wearing the zebra stripes is going to be calling it right down the middle. What a surprise to kick things off. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, making a special appearance on what is going to be one hell of a night on the road to King of the Ring. Well, I am pumped up. CM Punk back in action tonight. The Dudley Boyz return tonight. And now add another legend, another all-star to that list. Shawn Michaels wearing the stripes as we kick things off with the Intercontinental title. The phenomenal AJ Styles, alongside his brother in the OC, picking up the six-man tag team victory 2 weeks ago here on Raw. Able to keep down DIY and, of course, the Intercontinental Champion himself, Sami Zayn. AJ Styles has made his intentions very, very clear. Ever since joining the Red Brand, he was coming after a championship. Sami Zayn, the man, with the target on his back. And certainly AJ Styles, a legit threat to the man who currently holds the gold. You are looking at the man who over on Friday Night SmackDown held the United States Championship from November the 19th of last year up until just last month on Friday nights. Well, Styles, of course, losing the United States Championship to the one and only Ricochet, the OC drafted here to Monday Night Raw, and they have made some waves ever since. But will AJ Styles be able to get the job done where it counts? One-on-one with the underdog from the underground, who even when you think his back is against the wall, Sami Zayn has risen like a phoenix time and time again throughout his championship reign. And with the lights on bright here in San Antonio, you gotta believe Sami Zayn is willing to do it all over again. Winning that championship back on WrestleMania Saturday in March by taking down the megastar, LA Knight. He has since defended the gold successfully against Dirty Dominik Mysterio, who we'll see here later. He has taken down Carmelo Hayes on the Draft Lottery edition of Raw, and then able to survive carrying Cross and Baron Corbin in the Triple Threat Tables matchup just a few weeks ago at Vengeance. And ever since then, AJ Styles has been on the tail of Sami Zayn, and one thing we know about the underdog from the underground is he has never won to turn away a challenge. The ante's certainly up as we kick things off here at All-Star Raw. Defense of the Intercontinental Championship for Sami Zayn against the phenomenal AJ Styles, and the surprise to us all, the special guest referee, the hometown man, the Hall of Famer, Shawn Michaels. What a way to kick things off here in San Antonio.
Introducing the challenger from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And his opponent from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn!
Sami Zayn looking laser focused tonight, and he needs to be, as he hands over the Intercontinental Championship to your special guest referee, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. A man who once held that very gold many years ago. Now is the man calling it right down the middle as we kick off one of the biggest Raws of 2024. Thank you for joining us live, and happy Memorial Day all across the states. It is AJ Styles. It is Sami Zayn. This is how you kick things off for the Intercontinental Gold. Shawn Michaels sounded the bell, and here we are. It's going to be a high-profile evening as Sami Zayn immediately going for the pinfall, takes down AJ Styles, trying to catch him off guard. Hope Shawn Michaels laced up his boots tight tonight, because these two superstars are going to keep him moving all around the ropes. This is what Sami Zayn loves to do, tries to really set the precedent, set the pace in the early moments of championship matches. One thing for Sami, got to give credit where credit's due. Not only successful championship defenses ever since winning the gold, but defending that title against such a contrast of styles and a variety of superstars. Had to go up against the numbers of the Judgment Day when he fought Dirty Dominic. Carmelo Hayes was a fight that I don't think Sami Zayn was expecting. And stuck between a rock and a hard place in that tables matchup a few weeks ago. Now he meets the phenomenal AJ Styles, who gets taken down to the tope suicide at ringside. Sami Zayn always willing to put his own body in harm's way, sometimes to his own detriment. But if it means retaining the Intercontinental title tonight, you gotta believe Sami's gonna be willing to do any means necessary. And I think AJ Styles is gonna force Sami Zayn to do just that. We talked about the successful United States Championship reign very recently over on Friday Night SmackDown for Styles. A reign that housed victories over the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, Santos Escobar, Rey Mysterio, among others. Even a victory over Ricochet back at WrestleMania just a few months ago. And Styles just a few matches in since his Monday Night Raw return, but early on in this run, could easily be the superstar to take down Sami Zayn and become the Intercontinental Champion once again as he goes for the pinfall. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, right there, calling it as he sees it. What a great surprise to kick things off here in San Antonio, Texas, the hometown Heartbreak Kid himself, the Hall of Famer. Shawn Michaels, the mastermind behind NXT these days, but taking the trip here to Monday Night Raw. And in the ring with two superstars that I think in his day he would have loved to mix it up with between the ropes. AJ Styles better keep his eye on Sami Zayn as he takes Sami, or should say takes AJ into the corner. And Sami looking again to send AJ Styles for a ride. Incredible tornado DDT, vintage out of the arsenal of Zayn, and a signature springboard. And now once again go for the cover to retain the championship, but I think it's going to take more to keep down a man who has earned the title of Phenomenal. AJ Styles tonight is going to have to earn the Intercontinental Championship. Will he be able to do just that? Tell you what, I don't think it's going to happen if this onslaught keeps up by the man who currently housed the gold. What a boot scrape to AJ Styles. And now heading to the top rope. Sami Zayn's wheels are a-spinning, and so is the body off the moonsault. Shawn Michaels into the cover. And he's caught, and AJ Styles getting the shoulder up. Great combination of maneuvers that time by Sami Zayn. As we look on to later tonight on Raw, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, tons to talk about there. They're going to be going 2v2 against Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville later on here on All-Star Raw. Of course, the first round of the King of the Ring tournament continues. Who will step up to take on Dirty Dominik Mysterio of the Judgment Day? The whole situation there bleeding out of last week. Dominic nonetheless looks on to a mystery opponent in the first round of the tournament. And of course, your main event, a WrestleMania rematch as CM Punk returns to the squared circle for the first time since the grandest stage to run things back with the master of strong style himself, Shinsuke Nakamura. All that coming up here tonight on All-Star Raw as AJ Styles turn the tables in this matchup. Little springboard, little moonsault, and delivers to perfection. That's what AJ Styles needs to do to try to keep down the champion here tonight. Rolls him out. Styles going for the calf crusher, and he's got it locked in. Shawn Michaels in prime position, looking for a tap out, or looking for Sami Zayn to verbally give up his Intercontinental Championship. Styles has got it wrenched in tight. Zayn's got to try to find a way. Ooh, stiff elbow to the spine, enough to knock anybody loose. Sami Zayn's got to be feeling it a little bit after that calf crusher. Locked in for a good 20 or 30 seconds right there. You see a little slow to capitalize is Sami Zayn. Able to get AJ Styles off his back, but not able to move with the speed that I think the Intercontinental Championship usually loves to do. Now climbing the ropes here, and I don't know if this is a good idea. Moments after Styles had that calf crusher locked in, Styles knocking him off, going for the quick pinfall to steal the title. Almost had him that time, but the Heartbreak Kid's calling for a 2. Styles looking a little bit frustrated. Better not take things out on our special guest referee tonight. Wait a minute! Styles clash out of nowhere! But Sami Zayn gets the shoulder up at 2.9. Oh my goodness, look at Zayn! An adrenaline boost here, trying to fight through the pain of the Styles clash, almost stealing the victory. Oh man, we got a barn burner on our hands to kick things off here in San Antonio. AJ Styles had to think that was it. Almost a pop-up Styles clash delivered right to the vertebrae of Sami Zayn. Almost winning the Intercontinental Championship, but the underdog from the underground, proving why he has earned that nickname. Sami Zayn not looking to see his Intercontinental Championship run go up in smoke here on All-Star Raw, as Styles looking to keep the pressure going. Over the top rope, takes down your champion here at Frost Bank Center. Trying to keep the pressure on at ringside. Styles knows Sami Zayn is hurt. Shawn Michaels calling for the 3 here. Double count out. But obviously result in Sami Zayn retaining the Intercontinental Championship. Zayn trying to create some distance. And you notice Sami Zayn purposely not going on the attack. Got Styles off his back and took a second of R&R in the ring. Zayn realizing he is hurt. He's got to stick and move when he can. And a tornado DDT. Certainly going to get Zayn back in this matchup. That Styles clash could have been a difference maker, and it may have, but Sami Zayn not trying to show any sign of weakness. Certainly feels as if we are in deep waters in this Intercontinental Championship matchup. Who's going to be able to swim to the shore and win the gold? Well, Styles with a takedown, going for another submission hold here. Looked like he's going for the crossface. I don't know if he's got that arm completely cinched in tight. Those hands might be underneath the throat. That might be a choke there. Shawn Michaels has got to call it as he sees it, however. Zayn once again able to create some separation. Styles trying to use the best maneuvers in his arsenal and wear down Sami Zayn by any means necessary. Sami Zayn is surviving but can he thrive in this Intercontinental Championship matchup against what has been clearly a game phenomenal AJ Styles? AJ on top, Sami Zayn maybe risking this here, but it works out in his favor. A nice Frankensteiner on Styles. Again, slow to capitalize. The pain of this matchup starting to play a factor. Fatigue setting in. Sami Zayn has got to find a way to rev up the engines with San Antonio, Texas behind him. Styles on spaghetti legs momentarily as the Intercontinental Champion looks to strike. But will he be able to do so successfully? This is what the Intercontinental Championship is all about. The workhorse title, many have called it throughout the years. And these two men are certainly putting in that work here at Frostbank Center. Styles out on the apron, and Sami Zayn gonna meet him there. And right into the ring steps. Sami Zayn realizing that maybe his ankle or leg, whatever was caught up, that calf crusher a few minutes ago. Zayn not taking it to the air, not moving it as fast as he normally does, and trying to bring something different to this matchup. Oh man, now Styles, not once but twice, sending the Intercontinental Champion right into those diamond-plated steel steps. Shawn Michaels encouraging these guys to get back in the ring. Does not want to see this matchup go to a double countout, but the rules are the rules. And HBK is the one wearing the stripes tonight. Styles continuing this fight on the outside, but the Phenomenal One knows he can only get the job done and win the Intercontinental Championship tonight between the ropes. He's got to do it the hard way. Going into the cover, Zayn may be out, and only a 1 count that time. Zayn, with whatever adrenaline he's got left, trying to let it fuel him to survival. Whatever Zayn's got left again. Swiping AJ Styles off his feet. This may be a last-ditch effort by the Intercontinental Champion. Some big offense from Styles on the outskirts of the squared circle, bringing AJ to his feet. Sami Zayn with the half Nelson. Styles rolled to the outside. Definitely has his cobweb shaken. And now sent to the corner by Sami Zayn, who delivers a forearm. This is what the Intercontinental Champion needed to put his foot on the gas pedal. Styles getting sent to the outside, and I don't think Sami is looking for a count-out retention of his championship. Over the top he goes. Sami Zayn willing to leave it all on the line to retain his championship here tonight. AJ trying to create some distance, but Sami Zayn closing the gap with another tope suicida. On a damaged calf, and I'm sure a sore body. Zayn trying to fight through the punishment, but AJ Styles trying to climb through any window of opportunity. On the outside we are at the current moment. Sami Zayn in an opportune position. It's sending AJ back into the ring. Some great high-risk offense, and Sami Zayn better be thanking his lucky stars worked out for him. And Styles in trouble. Blue Thunder Bomb by the Intercontinental Champion. No, AJ Styles is still in this Intercontinental title match. I think Sami Zayn thought that was it. Pacing back and forth between the squared circle, wondering what he's got to do to keep down one of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots. AJ Styles. Same ditch effort goes for him, whatever he's got left, trying to throw him at. Over the top, or I should say from the top. Off the springboard, Styles goes, but unfortunately is unable to take away the championship. We've certainly got a fair and decisive referee calling things down the middle tonight. But who will be able to get that oh so important 3 count? Back and forth we start to go in your opening contest here at All-Star Raw. AJ down and out. AJ might have his bell rung after that. That was a mean boot to the face. AJ Styles in the corner. Hello, the kick. Sami Zayn striking where the iron's hot. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, counts the 3, and Sami Zayn retains his title. That is how you kick things off on a very special edition of Monday Night Raw here on Memorial Day. Styles giving it his all, but the underdog from the underground with his back against the wall, once again proving why he is a deserving Intercontinental Champion.
Here is your winner, who's still the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn!
It's gotta feel rewarding having a Hall of Famer hand you over your earned championship gold. Sami Zayn once again survives another game challenger. The Intercontinental Championship remains with Sami Zayn. We want to take you back to last week here on Monday Night Raw. Big Bronson Reed going up against the visionary Seth freaking Rollins in a #1 contenders matchup for the WWE title. Reed brung the fight to the former champion, but of course in the end, Seth Rollins punching his ticket to King of the Ring. Kevin Owens certainly thrilled by that result, willing to get his hands on Seth Rollins a little early, looking for that retribution from a number of weeks ago when Rollins put him through the announce table. But another man looking for retribution was the Nigerian giant Omas. After Reed upset him back at Vengeance, Omas left unsettled, and this massive choke slam right through a table has led to the events that'll now take place on Saturday night, June the 15th in New Orleans, Louisiana. It is coming up inside Smoothie King Center, the challenge made by Bronson Reed and Omas quick to accept. Anything goes, no disqualifications when Reed and Omas run things back in a bourbon street fight. Omas upset at the loss at Vengeance. He's got a chance to right that wrong when anything goes in the street fight. We might want to reinforce the ring when we get to King of the Ring in just 3 weeks' time. We now relocate back inside the Frostbank Center here in San Antonio, Texas, as we are set for tag team action. Elton Prince and Kit Wilson of Pretty Deadly gonna have their hands full tonight with another pair of Hall of Famers whose return has been anticipated for several weeks. Across the globe, they have housed 25 different tag team titles throughout their careers. Hall of Famers already, but back for the love of the game, for the competition, and to see if they still got what it takes to hang in the dance.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 595 pounds, Bubba Ray and D-Bar, the Dudley Boyz.
Bubba Ray and D-Von, Team 3D, the Dudley Boyz are on All-Star Raw. It is great to see these two legends who have come back for, as we mentioned, the love of the game, the love of the competition. Decorated Hall of Famers have won all the gold there is to win, and at some point in time thought they fought all the teams there was to fight. But in 2024 is a completely different landscape on Monday Night Raw and even over on Friday Night SmackDown. And if these two men got anything left in the tank, they have been in the gym, training for this matchup, trying to get in the best shapes of their careers. Bubba Ray and D-Von back here at San Antonio on what could be a night that starts a legendary run on Monday Night Raw. What has already been a great night already a surprise with Shawn Michaels as your special guest referee to your opening contest. But as advertised, the Dudley Boyz are here at All-Star Raw. Devon Dudley kicking things off for the Hall of Fame duo. And it should be very interesting to see how the young guns of Pretty Deadly can hang with these two Hall of Famers. And it's teams like Pretty Deadly that the Dudley Boyz were interested in getting their hands on inside the squared circle. One of the reasons they told WWE.com that they are back at this stage in their careers. Should be very interesting to see what the Dudley Boyz do indeed have left in the tank, but so far so good. Have always been a very powerful duo, have always been a very dangerous duo, and of course always never been afraid to get a little extreme when extreme is needed. And tonight, all about the grapples between the ropes, as they say, and Devon exploded with that shoulder block. This is going to be our first of 2 tag team matches here tonight, as Devon Dudley is looking incredible here in San Antonio. But of course, still to come, not 1 but 2 #1 contenders for Rhea Ripley's Women's Championship at King of the Ring. More on that later, but Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan going 2v2 against Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville later tonight, as Bubba Ray Dudley gets tagged in, and that was a devastating powerbomb if I ever saw one. Kick out that time, but Bubba Ray and Devon looking to send any body that is moving through the canvas tonight. These two Hall of Famers looking laser focused. Always been a little bit of a pissed off duo at times, and they are bringing that same energy from the Attitude Era all the way to 2024. I'll tell you, Pretty Deadly better try to swap themselves in and out as much as possible. Bubba Ray Dudley getting taken down with the takedown that time. Devon Dudley saying, listen, you better stay in your own territory. Now another power bomb. You know, I'll tell you, the World Tag Team Champions, the 3-time Tag Team Champions at that, here on Monday Night Raw, Damian Priest and Finn Balor on the Judgment Day. I am sure they are not happy to see this legendary duo and Bubba Ray and Devon back joining the ranks, I should say, of Monday Night Raw. The Judgment Day have dared to call themselves the greatest tag team in Monday Night Raw history at times, and you are looking at one of the greatest tag teams ever in any promotion across the world. 25 tag team titles across, whether it be here in WWE, TNA, IWGP tag team titles. That is not an exaggeration. Bubba Ray and Devon have damn near done it all, and are back for the love of the competition and to try to do it all over again, but not if this goes the way of Pretty Deadly. Bubba Ray, all kinds, have tied up here in Frost Bank Center, but it's not going to last long. I'll tell you, Pretty Deadly, one or another, have tried their best in this matchup, but the Dudley Boyz have been the aggressors if I've ever seen them. And Bubba Ray, nice sidewalk slam that time. As we said, Team 3D has always been a very powerful duo at times. Never afraid to get their hands dirty. Dare I say, Pretty Deadly, never been afraid to get their hands dirty either. I've seen them use an underhanded tactic or two in the past. In my eyes, makes this almost a little bit of an even matchup. The youth of Pretty Deadly versus the experience of the Dudley Boyz, and neither team afraid to do what they got to do to cross the proverbial finish line. All remains to be seen what is going to happen here on what has already been an exciting night of Monday Night Raw, 3 weeks out from the King of the Ring event. We got the news from moments ago. Bronson Reed and Omas signed and set to be delivered in a Bourbon Street fight coming up in 3 weeks' time in New Orleans. And as we found out last week, Kevin Owens to defend his WWE Championship in a WrestleMania rematch against Seth freaking Rollins. Cannot wait to get to Smoothie King Center 3 weeks from tonight. Meanwhile, Bubba Ray Dudley in all kinds of trouble right now. Dare I say, a much-needed tag to Devon Dudley. And that is classic Devon. From Dudleyville all the way to San Antonio, these Hall of Famers looking to issue a whooping here tonight on All-Star Raw. Whether it's one member or another, both members of Pretty Deadly are feeling the pain tonight. And again, the experience just might outweigh the youthful and, dare I say, naiveness of a team that was once NXT Tag Team Champions. Devon going for a pair of leg drops that time. Gets another. Dare I say, San Antonio firmly in the corner of Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley here tonight. Back into the ropes we go as Devon and Bubba not just looking for a finish here tonight, but looking for a decisive one. It's the competition that they say they are back for, to see if they still got what it takes in between the ropes. Nothing left to prove, but everything to gain in a sense, as Bubba Ray Dudley with a little Dudley death drop. My goodness! Delivered with emphatic force at that. Unfortunately not able to get the 3 count for Team 3D. That is going to be felt on Tuesday morning, that's for damn sure. As Bubba Ray Dudley with some wheels underneath of him. Wait a minute, tag made to Devon. 3D! Devon into the cover. Whether it's 1995 or 2024, never step to the Dudley Boyz and think it's gonna be an easy task. A hell of a matchup here tonight, but the Dudley Boyz showing that they still got something left in the tank. And as we said before, nothing left to prove, but everything to gain. Bubba Ray and Devon, the Hall of Famers, back here on Monday Night Raw, and could be in the running for the World Tag Team Championship. What a performance, and what a 3D. Let's take another look. This is going to be felt on Tuesday morning as well. Look at the ride. What a beautiful maneuver. Just a classic here on All-Star Raw.
Here are your winners, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boyz.
The tag team division has been put on notice as Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boyz, are back, and they are successful live from San Antonio, Texas. Prepare for the most exciting 10 minutes, a fast-paced 600 seconds, and all the action you can handle. Coming your way exclusively every Wednesday to the Noah Nation Gaming TikTok. The superstars of Raw and SmackDown race to the finish line on Velocity. A new season in the WWE is upon us, and you haven't seen anything yet. Don't miss Velocity every single Wednesday, only on TikTok. There is the man who later tonight returns to... Oh, wait a minute. WWE Champion Kevin Owens and CM Punk backstage, and... Oh man, well, I don't know, interesting situation to say the least developing there, but we gotta take things back to last week when cameras rapidly cut to that bastard Dirty Dominik Mysterio ambushing main event Jey Uso, the man he was originally supposed to fight in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament tonight. Of course, Jimmy Uso going down with a concussion in the midst of the tornado tag back at Vengeance. Dominik Mysterio, of course, heavily involved, and the Usos losing their tag team titles. And as you're witnessing here, Dominik Mysterio heavily involved in Jey Uso being unable to compete this week in the King of the Ring tournament. This beatdown in the parking lot, exiting Jey Uso from competition momentarily with undisclosed injuries. And now we look at the current bracket for the King of the Ring tournament. So far, Braun Breaker and LA Knight have advanced on Monday Night Raw. Andrade and Cody Rhodes have advanced on Friday Night SmackDown. CM Punk meets Shinsuke Nakamura at the bottom of the hour in your main event. But right here, right now, who steps up to fight? The Judgment Day's Dirty Dom in the King of the Ring tournament. Jey Uso's loss, unfortunately, will be another man's gain. As much as main event Jey Uso is eager to get his hands on the man who cost the Usos the tag team titles, Dominic now looks ahead towards new competition in the King of the Ring tournament. Who will it be? We find out right here, right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Damian Priest, representing the Judgment Day from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominik Mysterio!
Well, I still think it is absolutely ridiculous that we are even in this situation. Damian Priest and Finn Balor assisted on winning their third World Tag Team titles just a few weeks ago, thanks to the help of Dirty Dom back at Vengeance. And Dom, knowing that Jey Uso was coming for blood in the King of the Ring tournament, took care of him with a sneak attack in the parking lot last week, and now Dominic may find himself in a position that he didn't want to be, participating in King of the Ring, but not knowing who his opponent is. If you ask me, Dominic is getting exactly what he deserves. Well, who is it gonna be? Oh, man! You took out two brothers, you forgot about a third!
And his opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds,
Sikoa may love to ride solo, but blood is thicker than Dirty Dominic's dangerous actions. Jey Uso on the shelf, Jimmy Uso on the shelf, and who does the spot get awarded to? The Street Champ, the brother of Jey and Jimmy, the Enforcer, Solo Sikoa. This has got to be the last thing that Dominik Mysterio wanted to see, and oh, yeah, look at that. Dominik Mysterio trying to get ahead, realizing his back is against the wall. And Solo Sikoa is going to be coming for a pound of flesh. Dominic trying to sneak away with an early victory here as we are underway with this first round matchup of the 2024 King of the Ring tournament. Dominik Mysterio thought he outsmarted the system. Jimmy Uso down. Jey Uso knocked out of the tournament early thanks to Dominic last week. And now Dominic's got to reap what he sows. The third brother, maybe the forgotten one, Solo Sikoa stepping up. And whether it's in a chance to advance himself in the King of the Ring tournament and move one step closer to SummerSlam, or defend the honor of his brothers, or both, Solo Sikoa is in, and this has got to be the last thing Dominik Mysterio and the Judgment Day wanted to see here tonight. Well, here we go nonetheless. Dominik Mysterio getting the upper hand thanks to a typical sneak attack as the matchup began. Solo Sikoa now. Looking to bounce back. Of course, the last time we saw Solo in action was in a bruising matchup a number of weeks ago at Vengeance against Meaner Than Evil, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker getting the victory over Solo, and as we saw last week, the badass himself with a victory over Baron Corbin. Advancing on to next week's quarterfinals to take on the megastar LA Knight. And who will move on in the next quarterfinal matchup? We're going to find out throughout tonight, in the Frostbank Center, live here in San Antonio. Solo Sikoa giving Dominik Mysterio the beating he deserves. Whether it's as we mentioned, in the honor of his brothers, or in just the hopes that he's going to move one step closer to winning this thing. Solo Sikoa's in, and Dominik Mysterio trying to hand him a pink slip in the tournament early. Listen, I'll call it as it is. Solo Sikoa certainly has been a man to get his hands dirty and happily do it many a times, but Dirty Dominik Mysterio and the Judgment Day have made that their MO month in and month out. Solo Sikoa sent right into the exposed turnbuckle thanks to Damian Priest. And how is this even legal? Yeah, there's Solo Sikoa. I'm not saying Solo has been a saint here on Monday Night Raw, but I think everyone would agree Dominik Mysterio deserves everything he's getting. Solo set into the corner. As we are witnessing right now, the numbers, as always, in the Judgment Day's corner. Dominik Mysterio looking to sneak away with victory by any means tonight. They thought they got rid of the Usos. Jimmy Uso going down at Vengeance. Jey Uso knocked out last week in the parking lot. Forgot about the street champ, Solo Sikoa, who has always been a lone wolf. But when opportunity arises, Solo here to fight. Dominik Mysterio again. Not to sound like a broken record, but you notice a lot of near falls in this matchup so far. Dominik is trying to get the hell out of Dodge and do anything he can to keep down Solo and avoid this matchup going in deep waters. Of course, that is easier said than done when you're in there with the enforcer Solo Sikoa. Over the last year has been in the ring with Monday Night Raw's best, has competed for the WWE Championship and came damn close to winning it on a few occasions. Back to the outside where the Judgment Day loves to bend the rules and try to use them in their favor if they can. Solo Sikoa may have fallen right into a trap. Make it 2, and Dominic, call it paying homage or call it mocking a legend of 3 amigos on the outside. The referee's at a count of 6, and this is exactly how Rhea Ripley retained her Women's Championship last week on Raw, but it looks like Dominic isn't going to be as lucky as his mommy. Solo back into the ring. Dominik Mysterio caught between a rock and a hard place right now. And sent back to the outside. This time not by will, but by force of the enforcer. Solo saying, you want to play games, you want to fight on the outskirts, I'll give you a fight you don't forget. 3 amigos, not enough to keep Solo Sikoa down. Like him or not, credit where credit's due, Solo Sikoa tough as nails. And Dominik Mysterio may be realizing that he bit off more than he could chew. Taking out Jey Uso last week, and now walking into this brick wall known as the Street Champ tonight. Solo bringing the fight back inside. Dominik Mysterio trying to avoid it at all costs, and once again sending Solo Sikoa over the ropes. I'm sure Dominik Mysterio would love for a count-out victory tonight, just like Rhea Ripley did of the Judgment Day last week. There's Damian Priest that time, sending Solo Sikoa back inside the ring. I don't even know why the referee's allowing that. Damian Priest shouldn't even be at ringside right now. We know what the Judgment Day's antics are at this point. It should no longer be allowed, but nonetheless, Dominik Mysterio scaling the ropes as the Archer of Infamy cheers him on. An elevated DDT. And that might do it. That might be a knockout blow. Only a 1 count. Solo Sikoa as tough as they come. Dropping a Samoan on their head ain't gonna be as impactful as dropping anybody else, as Dominik Mysterio again slingshots Solo to the outside. And look at Damian Priest. Why the hell is the referee allowing Priest to send Solo back inside the ring? Solo's gonna be on the outside. He should at least have the manpower to do it himself, as now he sends Dominik Mysterio over the top rope. The Judgment Day want to play games. Solo has no problem beating them at their own game. Unfortunately, he just wastelanded at ringside. And now Dominic with a code red. Solo might have gotten overzealous. And now what? Dominik Mysterio scaling the ropes. The Judgment Day, a cohesive unit. Solo back into the ring. Frog splash by Dirty Dom. Wait a minute. Wait, I think the referee's back is turned. I think the turnbuckle was exposed, and that's what they get. The Judgment Day getting a taste of their own medicine. Look at Dom trying to get in the ref's face. Dirty Dom's pissed off, but it's their own problem. Damian Priest sending Solo back into the ring. Dominic delivered the frog splash. The referee's back's turned, trying to take care of one Judgment Day issue while another is occurring. And now Dominic's getting what he deserves. Solo Sikoa back into this matchup. And delivering some mean headbutts right to the arm. Solo Sikoa is looking to eat Dominic alive tonight. Dominic trying to play survival off the inside cradle. Not enough. And you got to give Solo Sikoa credit. Dominik Mysterio, I hate to say it, but hasn't let up, and that is the smart decision in this matchup. But Solo is surviving, and he is looking to thrive. Take nothing away from either of these superstars. Great competitors, nonetheless, of dirty tactics. Solo Sikoa now sending Dominik Mysterio for a ride off the suplex. Solo trying to do one good for his bloodline, while also moving on to the quarterfinals of the King of the Ring tournament. Looked like you might have been going for the spike that time. Dominic able to avoid. And now another code red inside of the ring. And almost had Solo that time. Dominik Mysterio thinking on his feet tonight, with the mystery opponent being revealed as Solo Sikoa. Well, miscommunication that time. I don't think Dominic wanted to send Solo into the corner right, almost inadvertently into the referee. Almost had a casualty. Now it works out in Solo's benefit. I'll tell you, there's been a couple of times throughout this matchup where the Judgment Day have used their numbers, and there's been a couple of times where the Judgment Day's dirty tactics have not gone their way. And now back to the outside. Dominic taking out a knee. Already a lot of this matchup has taken place on the outskirts of the ring, and I don't think that's where Solo Sikoa should be thinking about being right now, with Damian Priest looming. Right into the barricade, and Dominik Mysterio's got no problem having the upper hand all around ringside. Referee's at a count of 7. Count of 8. Solo Sikoa's down. Come on, let's not do this again. Rhea Ripley just retained her title last week through a damn countout. Can we not see stakes go down this way again? You have got to be kidding me. The Judgment Day, once again, finding an easy way out. And Dominik Mysterio's going to advance in the King of the Ring through some lame-ass tactics if I ever saw him. That is ridiculous.
Here is your winner.
And now what? Wait a minute, Damian Priest now on the outside with Solo Sikoa to south of heaven. The match is over. Damian Priest now trying to clear off the announce table. Dominik Mysterio winning this matchup via countout. But now Damian Priest trying to make Solo Sikoa pay for stepping up for his brothers and entering the King of the Ring tournament. The Judgment Day have taken things with the Usos to a personal level, and Solo Sikoa's involvement may be his own detriment. And a south of heaven through the announce table. The Judgment Day are up to no good, and unfortunately are ruling Monday Night Raw right now. Well, I've about had my fill of the Judgment Day here tonight, but we have to take a look at what happened last week. As we just mentioned, Rhea Ripley retaining her WWE Women's Championship via Bianca Belair in the midst of an incredible matchup in Bianca's hometown, coming within inches of winning the Women's Championship in the middle of Knoxville, Tennessee. But just like Dirty Dom did moments ago, Rhea Ripley taking the easy way out. But it was a short-lived celebration, as it deserved to be. Rhea Ripley holding up her Women's Championship as she was met with the arrival of the former Women's Champion, the woman she defeated back at Vengeance, that being Liv Morgan. And just as Rhea Ripley's back was turned, as we are going to see Bianca Belair, not satisfied in that count-out loss, taking the fight right to Rhea Ripley and laying her out once more with a KOD. Well, as we found out this past weekend, the Women's Championship set to be defended once more in 3 weeks' time at the King of the Ring. Rhea Ripley is going to find herself stuck between two top challengers. It is the EST, Bianca Belair, the former champion, Liv Morgan, coming back for the gold. Rhea Ripley defends in a triple threat match Saturday night, June the 15th in New Orleans at King of the Ring. But speaking of Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan, challenged by Chelsea Green as well as Sonya Deville here tonight at All-Star Raw. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, looking to get in their championship conversations and looking to go through the challengers here tonight.
And from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan!
Well, for the first time since WrestleMania, Liv Morgan walks down the aisle without the Women's Championship around her waist. A great reign for what it was for Liv Morgan, but unfortunately falling short to the Nightmare Rhea Ripley just a few short weeks ago in their trilogy fight at Vengeance. But as you just saw, this issue is far, far from over. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, now with Bianca Belair in the middle. Those three women will meet with the championship on the line when the lights are on bright in Smoothie King Center Saturday night, June the 15th. What a matchup it promises to be. This tag team matchup presented to you by Velocity, which goes down each and every Wednesday over on the No Nation Gaming TikTok channel. Action courtesy of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. You're not going to want to miss a moment of it over on TikTok every single Wednesday on Velocity. Bianca Belair has got to be fired up tonight after coming up short in her hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee just 7 days ago. By hook or by crook, whether we agree with the result or not, Bianca did not leave with the Women's Championship, and that has had to keep the EST up at night over the last week. But on the other side, there is light at the end of the tunnel for Bianca and Liv Morgan. But their difference is that there may be existing aside tonight and looking to get things done against Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green as they await a championship opportunity at King of the Ring. Liv Morgan opening things up against Sonya Deville in the opening moments. This matchup really coming about, as we mentioned, due to a challenge by Green and Deville. Just 2 weeks ago, Bianca Belair picked up a victory over Chelsea Green. And now with Liv and Bianca challenging for the title that I'm sure any of the mean girls in the opposite corner would love to challenge for. Throwing down their own challenge tonight here on All-Star Raw, one of the biggest Raws of 2024. Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair, I'm sure, have some great respect between those two women and certainly have a common enemy in Rhea Ripley and one common goal, and that is becoming the WWE Women's Champion. And I'm sure there's going to be no problem standing on the same side of the ring as each other tonight. But come King of the Ring, it is a completely different ball game. Sonya Deville looking to ensure Liv Morgan's not going to be able to make it to New Orleans, Louisiana. Mean knee to Liv Morgan moments ago. Now a tag made to Chelsea Green, and these two women who go way back in the wrestling industry. A little double team work, and here comes Bianca Belair picking up right where she left off 2 weeks ago in the ring with Chelsea Green. And a big time Saito. Bianca, obviously, as we mentioned, with the light at the end of the tunnel coming up at King of the Ring, another opportunity to become the Women's Champion, but it's going to be that much more difficult with an X Factor in there. Liv Morgan, a triple threat. Anything can happen in those style of matches. No countouts, no disqualifications, as we know. And Bianca Belair, who did not get pinned nor made to submit last week in her Women's Championship opportunity and falling short, could see that same result at the King of the Ring. Liv Morgan could defeat Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley could defeat Liv Morgan. Bianca Belair could once again not find herself truly defeated, yet walking away empty-handed. As for Liv Morgan, somebody who had to tap out to avoid risking further injury. Back at Vengeance. Looking to change the course of history at King of the Ring. Meanwhile, Chelsea Green trying to stack her up for a quick pinfall. Liv able to pop the shoulders off the canvas very fast, and a nice maneuver that time. Asia Smith into the cover. But Chelsea popping the shoulder up. We'll talk about X Factors. Keep your eye on Piper Niven in the corner. Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, Piper Niven. Those three women have really gravitated to each other as of late here on Monday Night Raw. I like to call them the Mean Girls Club, even though I'm sure they'd be opposed to it. And look at that. The timing couldn't be more perfect as Piper Niven distracting Bianca Belair, allowing Chelsea Green to come from behind. And a couple of mean shots by a mean girl. And now Bianca Belair into the ropes. And once again, I was about to say once again getting taken down. But never discount the toughness of the EST. Great strength being shown and resilience at that, but Sonya Deville not allowing a 3 count. Bianca got it done against Chelsea 2 weeks ago. Who's to say she can't do it again, but who's to say it could be an upset here for Green and Deville. You got Bianca and Liv, two women who, as we mentioned, I'm sure have great respect for each other, but at the end of the day are going to be opponents in 3 weeks' time in New Orleans. Green and Sonya might have an opportunity here. Canadian Destroyer by the woman for the North. And this time it's Liv Morgan breaking up the pinfall. Close calls in this tag team matchup here tonight in the Frost Bank Center, live on All-Star Raw. And Bianca Belair taken down once more. Going back to what we were mentioning a few moments ago with the opportunity that is at hand for Green and Deville tonight, Bianca and Liv, their eyes and their minds really may already be on Smoothie King Center in 3 weeks. They might already have the Women's Championship in the back of their mind, and if they do, there is an opportunity of distraction for Deville and Green to capitalize on, as Sonya may do right here with the triangle choke. MMA background coming into a play. But as great as Sonya Deville is at muscling her opponents down to the canvas, Bianca Belair, tough as they come, strong as they come, and showcasing that right here tonight on Raw. Nice slam into the pinfall is one of the challengers for King of the Ring with Sonya Deville getting the shoulder up once more. Tag made to Liv Morgan. The challengers for the Women's Championship working like a well-oiled machine tonight, doing just enough to stay on the same side of things. Make no mistake about it, when the bell sounds on Saturday night, June the 15th, and the women's title is on the line, you gotta believe Liv and Bianca will go through each other by any means necessary to also take down Rhea Ripley in the process and win the Women's Championship of Monday Night Raw. All remains to be seen if they'll be able to keep down the Nightmare, keep down the Eradicator. As meanwhile, Liv Morgan's back is turned as Piper Niven trying to do anything she can to keep Liv's eye off the ball, and it works out in Sonya's favor. Trying to come from behind, but it just pissed off Liv Morgan and an oblivion variation. But unfortunately, rookie mistake as she's in enemy territory. Great maneuver and choice of it by Liv Morgan, but Chelsea Green breaking things up. Now into the ropes, delivers a code breaker for her troubles. I wouldn't recommend another pinfall over there. Liv Morgan, however, has other plans. To the ropes she goes, and down goes Sonya once more. Sonya Deville has got to be hurt after that. Wait a minute, come on now. Piper Niven throwing Liv Morgan, pulling her out to the outside, and Asia Smith getting rid of the X Factor. Piper Niven has been sent to the locker room. Man, we needed Asia out here during our previous matchup. Should have sent Damian Priest to the locker room. Nonetheless, Bianca tagged in, but Sonya makes her down. And Bianca gets the shoulder up. You hear the appreciation from this San Antonio crowd. We've got a great tag team matchup on our hand, as Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville trying to put their names in title conversations, and Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan just trying to build the momentum towards King of the Ring. Tag back to Liv, who hits another Oblivion on Chelsea Green. Chelsea may be seeing stars. Sonya Deville hoping for a kick out. Unfortunately, it is not to be. Well, the Mean Girls Club, as we like to tag them, falling short in their pursuit of getting back at Bianca Belair and taking down the challengers' momentum. Bianca and Liv, two formidable challengers, but will this momentum ride into King of the Ring 3 weeks from now, and one of them leaving with gold?
Here are your winners, the team of Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair.
Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair working like a well-oiled machine, but friendships go out the window when the bell sounds on Saturday night, June 15th. Wait a minute. Wait just a second. Bayley? Well, Bayley was drafted to Monday Night Raw back in April, but it's been quite some time since she's been in action, and the hell is she doing out here right now? Obviously has her eyes on the challengers. Bayley is back here on All-Star Raw, and looks like she's drawing a line in the sand. Is Bayley entering title conversations? Well, next week, Monday Night Raw heads to Fort Worth, Texas, and signed, sealed, and set to be delivered is a quarterfinal matchup in the King of the Ring tournament. The badass Braun Breaker goes one-on-one with the megastar, L.A. Knight. And let us take a look at the 16-man bracket that has already begun to take shape as we saw earlier tonight. Dominik Mysterio, unfortunately, moving on to the quarterfinals. Who will he meet next week in Fort Worth? We're going to find out as the bell sounds one more time, live in San Antonio, Texas, here on All-Star Raw. It is a WrestleMania rematch that I believe this man has been waiting for since Saturday night, March the 2nd, just a few months ago. The King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, looking to not only right the wrong of the grandest stage, but to also wear a new crown of the King.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura has not been afraid of making enemies over the last few months on Raw, and the man who was his first enemy that really put a target on the back of Nakamura was the Second City Saint himself, CM Punk. Several months ago, Nakamura and Punk teamed up in the main event, but moments after a victory, Nakamura struck, drew the line in the sand on the road to WrestleMania. And as many have said, CM Punk may have got the victory back in Dallas at AT&T, but Shinsuke Nakamura believes he won the war. Beat CM Punk so bad throughout the matchup that Punk was put on the injured reserve list over the last few months. But CM Punk walking down the aisle back at Vengeance a few weeks ago, claiming that he was back and ready to go. And as the King of the Ring tournament has continued to progress, the Second City Saint laces up a pair of boots and tries to remind the world, and most importantly Shinsuke Nakamura, who the best in the world truly is. And for the first time since the month of February, CM Punk laces up a pair of boots on Monday Night Raw. It is certainly a high-profile situation on one of the biggest Raws of 2024. San Antonio has come alive as the best in the world makes his way down the aisle with X's on his fist.
And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds.
with X's on his fist for the first time since WrestleMania. Had to let San Antonio and CM Punk have their moment. CM Punk walked down the aisle at Vengeance in Bakersfield a few weeks ago. May have rained on the parade a little bit of the WWE Champion Kevin Owens. We saw backstage earlier tonight Punk extending a hand to the champion and Kevin Owens wanting none of it. Interesting situation developing there, but nonetheless, more important matters at play. It is the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. The quarterfinals will kick off in Fort Worth 7 nights from tonight. But who will meet Dominik Mysterio there? Will it be CM Punk going 2 for 2 against Shinsuke Nakamura? Or the master of strong style himself move one step closer to wearing a new crown here in the WWE? Frostbank Center is loud and proud as we kick things off in your main event. CM Punk trying to come hot out of the gate. Nakamura stopping him dead in the middle. Nakamura going for an early pinfall here on CM Punk. Punk popping the shoulder off the canvas. You gotta believe Nakamura has replayed the events of WrestleMania time and time again in his mind. And is trying to right the wrong in his mind of what happened back at the Show of Shows. Obviously an incredible performance by Shinsuke Nakamura, the reason CM Punk needed time off over the last 2 months to try to rest and recuperate. But Nakamura knows that his hand was not raised back at WrestleMania. And that is what Nakamura looks to do tonight. Defeat CM Punk, spoil the in-ring return, and move one step closer in the King of the Ring tournament. But CM Punk is not looking for an unsuccessful return to the squared circle. And ever since his overall WWE return back at the Royal Rumble, CM Punk has performed to perfection. No losses on the resume just yet, but it might come here tonight if Nakamura's got anything to say about it. Punk with a power bomb. The power of CM Punk as he scales the ropes and dropping the hammer. And the Second City Saint going to the pinfall here, looking to move on to next week, and Nakamura has been there before and is not looking to be there again. Shinsuke Nakamura was within inches of defeating CM Punk on the grandest stage of the year, WrestleMania, just 2 months ago. But tonight, Nakamura looks to get the job done when it counts the most. And Punk off the springboard as San Antonio chants his name proud. Punk looking in amazing shape, possibly better than he was before. And flexing his stuff over Shinsuke Nakamura as he scales the ropes, but he might have hesitated there. Nakamura looking to make him pay. Gotta believe Shinsuke came in tonight with an A plan, a B plan, a C, all the way to Z, and especially for Shinsuke Nakamura, not only the loss at WrestleMania could be weighing on his mind tonight, but what about what happened just a few weeks ago at Vengeance? Moments before CM Punk's return, was Nakamura fighting it out with Kevin Owens in the main event for the WWE Championship, and several times throughout that matchup it looked as if the King had the title around his waist. Kevin Owens able to survive Shinsuke's onslaught, and it looks like Nakamura is looking to channel that anger and bring the most vicious side out of him tonight. It's a high-profile situation. Lights are on bright. Main event of All-Star Raw. Nakamura not looking to lose in a big-time matchup yet again. With a cover that time. CM Punk popping the shoulder up. Nakamura looking to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Notice CM Punk was moving with some speed and agility around him in the early moments of this matchup, but Nakamura has slowed down the pace. The King looking to dictate the pressure. And now off the apron and taking down CM Punk at ringside. This is the match that Nakamura wants. He wants to force CM Punk to fight Nakamura's style of fight, which is certainly a vicious one at that. Punk hung up in the barricade, and Nakamura delivering a grueling knee to the dome. And Nakamura now not letting up. Rest assured, Shinsuke Nakamura wants this victory more than life itself tonight, and he's going to get it by any means possible, even if it is an unfortunate count-out victory. Count of 6, CM Punk back on the soles of his boots, but Nakamura right there, not giving Punk any breathing room. I'd hate to see another count-out. Luckily, CM Punk making his way back into the ring. Looks like count-out victories are just going to be exclusive to the Judgment Day and their underhanded tactics that they love to employ right now. Nakamura going for another pinfall right there. CM Punk able to get the shoulder up. Nakamura looking to meet the Judgment Day's Dominik Mysterio next week. Not if CM Punk's got anything to say about it. Off the reversal. Falcon Arrow. That's what Punk needs to do. Rev up the engines. Rally San Antonio. And try to wrestle his style of matchup to get back into this contest. Nakamura down momentarily off the Falcon Arrow, and CM Punk just trying to throw some strikes. Maybe not to keep Nakamura down, but just create enough distance for Punk to get a little bit of R&R, strike while the iron's hot, and try to even out the playing field in your main event match. Nakamura to the ropes. CM Punk go for a scoop and a slam. It looked like Nakamura did his homework. He is familiar with the game, and CM Punk's got to be familiar with those mean shots. Unfortunately for Nakamura, unable to keep Punk down with those shots, as CM Punk trying to absorb the pain and bring the pressure. From one corner to another. Nakamura with his back to the turnbuckles, and CM Punk looking to rally, as we mentioned, here in Frost Bank Center in San Antonio, Texas. What a great night it has been. We thank you for joining us, as we mentioned earlier, live here for one of the biggest Raws of 2024. It is Memorial Day. It is All-Star Raw, and the stakes couldn't be any higher in your main event. It's your final first-round matchup on behalf of the Red Brand in King of the Ring. Shinsuke Nakamura, CM Punk, a WrestleMania rematch. Almost 3 months in the making when you think about it, and Nakamura taking down CM Punk. Just when you thought Punk was back into it, Nakamura cuts him off. Now back to the outside we go, and Nakamura has really used those knees to his advantage throughout this matchup. Might be Nakamura's best strike he has to throw, but CM Punk, you see, is trying to avoid the strikes at all costs. Nakamura went for a whip. Punk able to turn it around and head back into the ring. Clearly Punk is hurting. Clearly Punk needed the moment to breathe, and Nakamura hangs him up in the top rope. A quick rest for CM Punk may have costed him, and now Nakamura with him on his shoulders. Death Valley driver into the pinfall. And CM Punk able to get the shoulder up with whatever he's got left. Close call by the King of Strong Style, the master of it himself. Punk off the reversal, another springboard. A desperate time calls for desperate measures, and the boots deliver right to the jawline. Nakamura now with a kick of his own. Oh no, Nakamura with his eyes locked, and another knee. CM Punk may be out. Not just yet. Punk is still in this matchup. Even when you think he's down, he tries to come alive. San Antonio in appreciation. Also trying to rally the Second City Saint. Nakamura now with an STO. Nakamura has been the aggressor. And if you've been watching closely at Shinsuke Nakamura's game over the last few months, you had to expect this out of the King. He has been waiting for this rematch since WrestleMania, and now the first matchup in CM Punk's return is running it back with the man who put him on the shelf to begin with. Nakamura going for a superplex here. CM Punk avoids disaster, and Nakamura spills on the canvas. And CM Punk keeping it simple, but most certainly effective. Gotta believe Punk is hurt right now, and you gotta believe he's near an knee. He has taken a lot of strikes, a lot of knees. to the jaw, to the gut, to the chest cavity. Whatever CM Punk's got left, he is trying to throw at Shinsuke Nakamura. We've seen a couple of signs of life throughout this matchup, but Nakamura's cut him off in the deep end. But now Punk trying to outswim the King. Nakamura once again in the corner, and CM Punk ain't doing nothing pretty right now. Just a couple of closed fists, enough to knock anybody's silly. And now Punk adding insult to injury. Go to sleep to Shinsuke Nakamura. Desperate times call for the best maneuvers from the best in the world.
Here is your winner,
CM Punk finding a way to survive Shinsuke Nakamura here tonight. I'll give credit where credit's due. Nakamura the aggressor since the opening bell. But Punk struck while he had a window. And he had to go with his best maneuver in his arsenal, putting Nakamura asleep live here in San Antonio, Texas. And now we look at the updated King of the Ring bracket as Nakamura's name fades to black, and we now have a complete quarterfinal lineup on behalf of Monday Night Raw. Next week in Fort Worth, the Judgment Day's Dirty Dominik Mysterio is going to have his hands full with the Second City Saint himself, CM Punk. What a night it has been here in San Antonio on All-Star Raw. Wait a minute, the WWE Champion Kevin Owens is out here. We saw that backstage interaction earlier. Punk extended the hand, Owens denied, and now he's getting in the face of Punk. And oh man, wait a minute. Punk shoving the champion, and there is something developing between these two men. Owens better keep his eye on Seth Rollins, but he's keeping another on the man who has advanced in the King of the Ring. CM Punk is back.